A quick turnaround for Northwestern just on the floor late last night. Back with you for this one. Eagles in the purples today after wearing the whites yesterday with those gold numbers. Famboule quickly to work, has that one roll off the rim. Eagles working from right to left across your screen in this opening half. SaberCats in those road golds with the blue numbers making the trek from Watertown, Wisconsin. They were just in action last night, not too far down the road in downtown Minneapolis at North Central. Trying to get the putback, no, but another try for the SaberCats. Hitting the glass for a few rebounds is Malachi Herbster, the 6th mark on that feed. Giving it over to the SaberCats. Aaron Sanders, I mentioned, the senior out of Bentonville, Arkansas, walking it up the floor, trying to set up the offense. He and Moultrie both had 13 last night for the Rams. Nowhere to go as Owen Borma stood up Herbster, who lost his footing. A couple turnovers back and forth early in this one. Turnovers have been a story so far this weekend inside the Erickson Center. Does that ring true in this contest as well? Ulm looking for some space to operate, trying to set up a two-man game there with K-Mink. A great cut from the senior. Thought there was some contact as Sanders was coming in from behind, trying to get a hand on it. A nice shimmy, shake, drive, and everything but the finish for Moultrie. A wide open look, though, in the corner, just off the mark from Jed Mayhack, the senior out of Waunakee, Wisconsin. Spinorama for the deuce for K-Mink. How many times have we seen that in his Eagle career? Always wanting to get back to that right hand and turn on the spin cycle on the opposition. Into the chest of Famboule, and then throwing it away is Aaron Sanders. SaberCats are going to have to take good care of the basketball if they want to hang tough with Northwestern today. Cannot have empty possessions without putting shots up. Leaning back, jumping off of 1 foot. SaberCats don't want to let him get into a rhythm like he has against so many teams this season in the early stretches for Northwestern. Ulm getting a hand on that one to knock it away. Can't keep it alive, though. Still plenty of time to work with for the SaberCats on the side out of bounds. Sanders asking for a ball screen. Thought about the triple again. A great catch, but no finish from Malachi Herbster. Eagles trying to push once again. Waldeck from away downtown. No, he can make that one. Famboule with some nice hustle to keep it alive. Waldeck blowing by and everything but the finish. Famboule giving the Eagles another crack at it, and the Eagles still can't find the bottom. Another chance, though. Ulm from the logo, make it another try for Northwestern. Relentless on the glass. K-Mink finally ends the possession. An early 5 for the senior as that gets the bench on their feet for a moment. Something happened again out of the ball screen. Great straight up defense from Bormer. One more time on Herbster. He secures it off the loss of the basketball from Famboule. The hesitation move. Waldeck can't believe it that he couldn't make that one. Creating some separation, and Borma's been a stud in the paint so far today defensively. Lobbing forward, tic-tac-toe, plus the foul. Borma showing off the left hand. We see it all the time out at Reynolds Field in the spring. Chucking forward, all making the perfect pass to K-Mink, coming in like a freight train as the Eagles are trying to push forward. Eagles defense back, though, and set ready to defend. We've seen one triple already from Josh Davis. Shimmy and shake on by. A ball fake, a drive, everything but the finish from Cooper. Sent to ESN live stream esnlivestream@gmail.com. That's ESNLIVESTREAM@gmail.com. Well, one way to slow down K-Mink if you're the SaberCats, a welcome sight to see. Breaking the huddle, Kyle is getting a drink of water, taking a breather on the bench right now for Northwestern, as is Owen Borma. The first two subs into the game for the Eagles, Jacob Masick and Caleb Hoyleen, joining Fanbule, Ulm, and Waldeck as the five on the floor right now for Northwestern. Eagles doing a nice job communicating across the perimeter, switching things. Hoyleen now matched up on Moultrie. Doesn't have any room to operate. Hand in the face. Good contest from Ulm as that one's off the mark from Mertes from downtown. Fanbule leaning in, an awkward play to put that one up, trying to send a fastball all the way into the corner. Eagles lucky that wasn't a turnover. Now Masick, more out of Maple Grove to the free throw line.
His first team third. Fanbule shooting three.
A little bit of a slow start this season, I guess you could say, for Fanbule, at least as far as scoring goes, but he's been a force on the glass so far. A trip to the line for Maranatha Baptist.
Woodward shooting two. Again for the Eagles, number 33, Andrew Kohler.
A.J. Kohler had a nice night last night off of the bench for Northwestern, getting his first action of the day. Follow along with us at home as well. Pasernich getting the ball screen, saying, all right, I'll let it go if you leave me open. A nice rebound there from Woodward to clear for MBU. Mayhack. Right back for Sanders. Eagles all over the SaberCats across the perimeter. Moultrie all the way through with the finish. Masick trying to go to the tin. Possession stopped as it's a moving screen call on A.J. Kohler. Woodward again getting all the way to the tin. Coach Gross and his staff upset with some of the defensive possessions here recently, as the SaberCats have cut the deficit to 12, trying to hang tight in this opening half and give themselves a shot coming out of the locker room. Ask and you shall receive. The live stats. I'm laughing across the way with the fellas at the scores table. Back up and working. Eagles shooting 40%. Masick, Vincent, Kohler, Pasernich, Hoyleen. Still the five out there for Northwestern right now. Trying to make something happen with 4 underclassmen and 1 upperclassman, that being Jacob Masick. SaberCats flying out at the Eagles on the perimeter, and the Eagles taking advantage, getting it all the way to the tin. I think Hoyleen there was indecisive on whether to try to throw it down or lay it in, and it resulted in him just being a little off the mark trying to finish that one. Eagles like the look, though, that time, as Woodward is tight-roping the sideline, trying to keep that ball alive to no avail. Turnover number 5 on the day for the SaberCats. It was a red-hot start for Kyle K-Mink. He got a well-deserved breather. Ready to roll once again. Back in as Masick takes a seat on the bench. Hoyleen popping out. Has that one roll in and out from downtown. Sanders having trouble getting anything going today. Still looking for his first bucket on the afternoon as he took it into the lane. Now, if he has room in the open floor, it's just a matter of if he's going to spin off the left or the right shoulder. More times than not, I mentioned, he's going to spin off the left shoulder and try to finish with that right hand like he did right there. Kohler clearing the glass, standing up tall off of that drive from Rodriguez. A throw forward from Alm. The trigger. Couple in, couple out for Coach Borchart's club. Vincent finding Alm. Didn't take the initial shot. Now sees two defenders. And again, the SaberCats knocking it out of play, forcing the Eagles to reset once more. Alm taking his time. We've seen this before. Fading away, tough to stop. Not much more Woodward can do there. Standing at 6'2", he's got some height. But if Alm's going to fade away, again open from downtown. Already has a couple so far this afternoon. Moultrie trying to get downhill once more. Vincent reaching in, called for the foul. His first, the Eagles' fourth in this opening half. A very important just under 5 to go for MBU to just try to hang within shouting distance, not let this lead swell to 20 plus for Northwestern heading into the locker room. Wanting to give themselves a chance to work their way back as this contest wears on. Moultrie. Bench was saying shooter for a reason. A little bit of a late closeout from Waldeck. A good sign for SaberCat supporters. 9 now on the day for Moultrie. Again, he had 13 last night, just down the road in Minneapolis. In. Rising high. Speaking of rising high, Fambule can do some of that as well. Cleaning it up. 5 for him now in the afternoon. SaberCats still trying to get their senior going as Aaron Sanders walks it up the floor, still looking for his first bucket on the day. Mayhack trying to bully ball Waldeck. Some Eagle supporters wanting that one to go the other way. The official disagrees, says he was not set. Going to try to draw those throughout this season. Like he has in the past, pretty good at doing it, but even more difficult. Meanwhile, he's moved on. Pushing this way, probing in the lane, setting up Fambule, trying to go up high to throw that one down, cutting to the rim. SaberCats doing a nice job to recover and get a contest on the Eagles sophomore. Davis lost the basketball for a moment. SaberCats keep it alive though. His senior in the contest, knowing they need him to try to keep it close. Down 13. Waldeck from just inside the logo almost got the soft roll home. Eagles again making the SaberCats pay on the glass. Alm a free lane to just dart right to the front of the rim to tip it up and in on the follow. Meanwhile, Sanders finally off the schneid, his first bucket on the can't find that one from deep. Eagles cooling off a little bit from downtown after a hot start. Now just 4 of 13 from deep. Herbster, Moultrie, and Sanders as their 5 on the floor. Eagles can't capitalize at the line. Kamink, I should say, getting 1 of 2. SaberCats hanging in, have a chance to get this one to single digits even still possibly. I think if this is anywhere near a 10-point deficit going into the locker room, Coach Borchardt and his staff aren't going to complain about that, especially with how hot the Eagles were to start. K-Mink got quite the breather, and since coming back in, still trying to get back into a groove. They've slowed down the rest of the Eagles' scorers effectively in the last couple of minutes. Eagles can score in a hurry, though, we know. Still with time to work in this opening half. Hoylien patiently waiting for bodies to clear, leaving his man in the dust. The easy finish for the sophomore. Sanders trying to hit the roller. A great catch in the lane and a finish from Herbster as that one was coming in hot from his point guard Sanders. Hoylien, same spot, now facing up. Trying to go through his man to no avail. Famboule trying to hit a cutting K-Mink, and I think that's actually advantageous for Northwestern, that's knocked out of bounds, because if K-Mink catches that, sure, he caught it, but he's underneath the hoop with two defenders there. Masick in for Hoylien for the waning moments of this opening half. Plenty of time to work. Waldeck the trigger, still 15 on the shot clock. Why use it, though, when you got Noah Alm? A good look, doesn't fall. SaberCats could hold for one. Their bench isn't telling them that, though. Sanders up and under. Want to get a little mojo back right here. Under 10, they got to go. Waldeck getting a ball screen. Famboule, good if it goes. And that'll do it for the opening half inside the Erickson Center. Eagles threw a couple of, love to see it. I promise, we will get to those before second half play commences. If you'd like to get in on the fun as well, please chime in. So we appreciate that. You can let us know if we're having more issues, and we'll do the best we can to rectify those. So again, our apologies for that, and we'll try to square things away as we move along. Eagles with a hot start. Borma moving well without the ball. The pass on time and on target from Noah Alm on the assist. Borma's been active in a number of ways, but that's his first bucket on the afternoon. Eagles trying to get back into a groove to kick off the second half of play. Moultrie with another triple has been the leader so far this afternoon for the SaberCat offense. Splashing that one for his third triple on the day. He now has 12 points, the first MBU player into double figures. Alm thought about it, now says, why not? Fire from way downtown. Famboule just getting a hand on it to bat it out to Waldeck. Yet another second chance for the Eagles. That was a story in the opening half. 10 second chance points for Northwestern. None for MBU. Famboule will get a trip to the foul line, securing yet another rebound, already tacking on to his dominant performance on the glass in the first half. You don't see this often. 10 rebounds in one half for Famboule. That's what he had. 6 on the defensive glass, 4 on the offensive glass. Double-double watch is on for the sophomore with 5 points already. Chance to tack on here at the charity stripe. Can't capitalize on that opportunity. And all of a sudden, who would have thought after the early going? Moments into the second half, the SaberCats have a chance with a bucket to cut the deficit to single digits. They'll turn it over, though. A 3-on-3. Alm pulling up. Why not? If you're not going to pick him up, he's going to shoot that one 10 times out of 10. That is the comfy spot. Get in the lazy boy and put your feet up for Noah Alm. Letting it fly from that right wing. He now has 9 on the day. Sanders hitting his man at the high post. Ducking in, trying to go over Borma. Great straight up defense one more time on Herbster. Borma standing tall. Ulm skipping. Great quick ball movement for Northwestern. Waldeck now for Fambule, the big man. We know he can shoot it from deep. Upset he couldn't get that one to go. Maybe a little too open, as the joke goes in the game of basketball. A hot start for Northwestern from beyond the arc, but now just 5 of 17 from deep so far this afternoon. Quick trigger. In and out for Mayhack. Has already got a triple. He came out blazing in the first 8 minutes. Still leading the way for Northwestern, though, with 16 on the day. And, you know, there's energy in the gym. There's, you know, some people here, but it kind of feels like we're in a dead spot right now. Both squads trying to do something. The SaberCats, I think, are content with where they're at, though, all things considered. Moultrie getting another look. A good late closeout from Borma, who's running the floor. Ulm eventually will, well, he was pointing to Borma to try to get it to him. And Kohler ran into the same lane, not knowing it was intended for Borma, cutting across to the left block from the right side of the floor as he was absolutely humming, trying to get down the floor in transition. After all that, Bearcats get a hand on it, securing it up for the SaberCats. Just 5 for him so far today. He's got plenty of shots, though. He had 13 last night in MBU's loss at North Central. Borma called for the foul. Officials motioning that his hands came down a little bit on that contest off the shot from Malachi Herbster, the senior out of Louisiana, getting a trip to the line. Taking advantage, knocking them both down. He's up to 4 now on the day. Noah Jensen taking his place, the freshman. Great body control from the senior out of Woodbury. Mayhack right back for Sanders, trying a little pick and pop. Instead, a jump stop into the lane, and that would have been probably a bucket for the SaberCats had Mayhack taken one more step towards the block. He and Sanders just not on the same page. The pair of seniors. Mayhack with a little bit of a limp as he worked to the bench. And Eagles head trainer Brent Kramer will give some attention to his right leg, something to keep an eye on. Meanwhile, on this end, nothing new for Noah Ulm. Another fade away Jay. He's into double figures now with 11. Kohler says, "Gimme that," taking it away for Northwestern. Ulm, a freight train, not slowing down. It'll go the other way. He shot the floater to try to avoid the contact from Josh Davis, who was waiting to take the blow. Just couldn't put the brakes on in time as the junior out of Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, stepped in to take the charge for MBU. Moultrie, Swinney, now right back with it. Jensen going to work. Can't score over Hoyleen. Good straight-up defense from the sophomore. 2-on-3. Eagles still trying to move with pace, though. Kamink doing a little bit of everything today. Plenty of tools on the belt. Showing a number of them so far this afternoon. He's up to 20 on the contest. Davis saying, why not? You're going to keep your hand down. I'll let it fly. The second triple for him on the day. SaberCats trying to stay within shouting distance. And a moving screen called on Hoyleen. You don't see those called too often. The joke is you see at least one of them a game, though, just so the officials can say, oh, we met our quota. Hoyleen getting called for that one. We saw Kohler called for one for the Eagles in the opening half. Waldeck getting a breather. Kelton Vincent in for him, the freshman out of South Dakota. A cutting Woodward, almost lost it. Now he almost threw it away. SaberCats regain control. Sanders, a great feed inside and too strong though from Jensen. Kamink trying to go by, making the right decision to kick it out. Hoyleen kicking back. Kamink thought about the triple. Now finds himself open all of a sudden, letting it go. Hoyleen on the glass and out of nowhere. Sanders rejecting that one. Not all ball though, as Hoyleen will head to the line for two. And my apologies, the foul wasn't called on Sanders. It's actually called on Josh Davis, the junior, picking up his first, the SaberCats' second of this second half. Hoyleen, cool, calm, collected, knocking them both down. 7 so far today off the bench for the sophomore out of Minneapolis. Sanders hitting the roller. Vincent got a hand in to reject for Northwestern. Lobbing in to Woodward. Herbster getting a look up and under to work by Kohler. Can they string together some stops now? On the dump off, Kohler will head to the line. Woodward doesn't like the call. Thought he got it clean. Kohler on the board for the first time today. Off the bench yesterday, getting some good minutes. 11 points. Knocked down a triple. 8 rebounds as well for the freshman out of Scandia. Kyle Kamink getting a breather. Jacob Masick, the junior, back in. Hoyleen trying to secure. Masick will take it. Second chance one more time for the Eagles. Ulm all the way in. Tough finish. Just hanging off the rim. The left heel of Herbster was out of play. Keeping it on this end for Northwestern. They'll have a third crack at it. Vincent the trigger with a fresh 20 to work with. Ulm fading away. Another chance. Masick can't get it to go. Now Ulm kicking it out. Hoyleen wide open. Can the SaberCats finally get the board? No. Now we're playing volleyball in the corner, and they'll finally take it away. Woodward taking a breath for a moment. Trying to work by Ulm. Able to do so. Kicking it out. Moultrie gathering and splashing. A big triple there for MBU. Moultrie has showed his prowess from the outside today. Kohler playing some bully ball. Getting his first field goal on the contest. Woodward all the way through will earn a trip to the line off of that contact. The foul officially going to Kelton Vincent.
Foul is called by number 5, Kelton Vincent, his first team foul. Woodward, shooting 2.
Moultrie leading the way with 15 for MBU. You'd expect him to get plenty more looks throughout the day. 12 of his 15 points from beyond the arc with 4 triples on just 6 attempts. Vincent swinging over for Masick. Pulling up. The junior a little bit strong. SaberCats trying to push. Vincent getting his hand in, securing. Masick cut off by Woodward. Ball up for grabs, a scrum. Somehow it got out to Kamink. Eagles have numbers. Pasernich is out of bounds. We saw it a couple times last night, and we see it again today in the corner. Not a lot of real estate to work with. If you want to get some comfortability away from Moultrie, pushing this way. Now he loses the handle. Back and forth we go. Moultrie says, let's slow it up. Davis, open. We've seen it already this afternoon. We see it one more time from the right wing. MBU hanging in, still very much alive in this one. Pasernich kicking. Masick taking his time, sees the double. Pasernich able to let it fly this time. He's on the board for the first time today. That's exactly what they want the sophomore to do, coming off the bench, space the floor, have those feet set and ready to let it fly. Speaking of letting it fly, one more time from Davis. That would have been big for the SaberCats as they're generating some open looks here in the last couple of minutes. Masick finding Kamink, who's leading the way today for Northwestern because of plays like that. 22 now on the afternoon for the senior, and he was looking for a foul call as well. Felt there was some contact that warranted a whistle. Speaking of a whistle, Mayhack putting the shoulder into Vincent, but he dragged his pivot as well and is called for the traveling violation. Masick to walk it up for Northwestern. Vincent, Pasernich, Kamink, and Fonboulé now. The other 4 on the floor as Kohler takes a breather on the bench. Good look for Kamink, won't fall. Sanders trying to finish, and a soft touch will get that one to die off the back rim. 7 now on the day for the senior. Trading buckets. The SaberCats at some point got to string together some stops. Masick finding Kamink again. Eagles reversing it to the other wing. Under 10, they got to go. Kamink spinning, up, under, and a finish. Never in a rush, always patient with those head fakes, the spins. Remember, you got a pivot foot. Showing everything in the bag so far today. He's got 24. Sanders skipping. Moultrie, hand in the face, doesn't matter. 5 triples today for the junior out of Rickton Park, Illinois. Keeping the SaberCats alive in this one.
Reminder, fans, if the Eagles score 80, everyone gets a free their guest sandwich card from Chick-fil-A.
full timeout on the floor. We'll take a brief step aside as well. Back in moments on the Eagle Sports Network. Borma, Waldeck, Pasternak, Kamink, and Fonboulay. The 5 on for Northwestern out of the timeout. Heads up, folks, if you'd like to get in on the fan of the game action, we've already received a couple entries. Thanks to those who sent those in. We'll get a shout out on those momentarily. But last call, next dead ball, we will award the fan of the game for this afternoon. So if you're watching today and have a photo of your setup and would like to send it in, do it right now if you want to be entered into the drawing, if you will. Pasternak off the mark on that one. Moultrie walking it up for the SaberCats. He and Sanders are their leaders. Working together here, back and forth on this possession. Over Borma, a nice finish from Herbster. Nifty footwork in the lane. He's up to 6. Now the question is, can they dig in enough defensively to give themselves a chance in the waning minutes of this one? Still plenty of time left, but it's going to be the SaberCats defense that's going to have to give them a chance in this one. Herbster coming up with the rejection, and they keep it alive off of that drive from Borma. Moultrie got a ball screen, didn't pull initially. Cooper will, though. Good look for the SaberCats. Waldeck hitting Pasternak for the finish. The senior captain hesitated momentarily, was going to throw it to Pasternak a few steps earlier, and then said, no, I'm going to wait a second, hit him in stride. He's going to go right up with it for the finish. Moultrie working on Waldeck. Back for Cooper. Sanders, hand in the face from Borma, causing him to be a little short on that one. Waldeck trying to work around that ball screen from Fonboulay. Pick and pop. Not falling there, as the sophomores had multiple good looks from the outside today. Woodward looking to get it back to Moultrie. He's been the leader today for MBU. Can he get another good look here? Herbster lowering the boom, and it'll go the other way. Pasternak stepping in front for the charge.
His third personal. All back in the Eagles. Josh Davis for the SaberCats, along with number 12, Mike Curtis.
Slapping some hands on the bench. Pasternak getting a breather. The starting 5 now out there for Northwestern. Fonboulay, before he could put the shot up. Foul called on Josh Davis, who does not like the call, to say the least. Knew that's what was coming from the officials when the whistle blew, though. Some contact both ways. Plenty of time to work with still for Northwestern. Off the out-of-bounds play. Is this the lob to Ohm? Wait for it, wait for it. They're going to lob it up to the rim? Nope. SaberCats are ready for it. Ulm gets a look nonetheless, though. From way downtown, 3 is better than 2. 14 today for the senior. Sanders racing the other way. Too strong, trying to finish that one. Waldeck probing, keeping it alive. Eagles want to take some time to get a good look. Kamink skying high, everything but the finish. Borma swatting it off the glass to give Fambule a chance. Kamink keeping it alive for Northwestern. They've been relentless all afternoon long on the offensive glass. The clock is their friend. Ulm, shake. Can't make them all from away deep. The Eagles will let him take those, though, because we know he's got the unlimited range. SaberCats wisely letting the basketball roll for a little bit, trying to save some clock. Sanders throwing it up. He'll get 2 shots at the line. Almost had a chance for a 3-point play, as that one is called on Fambule, his second, the Eagles' 5th. So still 2 fouls away. Foul
called on the 23, Alex Rodriguez, his first team 6th.
5 today now for the senior out of California. 5 rebounds as well and 3 assists. Hoylin into the game for Fambule. Waldeck able to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. Eagles now 7 of 14 from the free throw line today. So, again, we're nitpicking, you could say, but that's something they could improve. They want to shoot better than 50% from the free throw line. Full timeout on the floor. So, if we have it ready, Molly, let's throw it up there. These are your fans of the game this afternoon. Watching their grandson, Caleb Waldeck, all the way from Spokane, Washington. They say play for an audience of 1. Gail and her husband there rocking the Premier Bros Media hats as well. That's Caleb Waldeck's work with a buddy here at Northwestern. If you're not familiar with what that is, go check them out. Premier Bros Media, he and Keegan. You are hereby certified as the fans of the game, so thanks for sending that in. Hope you've enjoyed the contest so far this afternoon. They're letting us know as well that Caleb's parents and his younger brother and older brother are all inside the Erickson Center this afternoon watching the senior captain for Northwestern today against Maranatha Baptist. So hope they're all enjoying the contest as well as Northwestern looks to wrap this one up and finish off a 2-0 weekend inside the Erickson Center. And as I mentioned last night, I'll say it again, it is back on the schedule. The showdown with St. Scholastica in the non-conference was supposed to happen back on November the 13th. Back on the schedule for December the 15th. That is a week from this coming Wednesday. Mark it on your calendar, highlight it, underline it, make sure you don't miss out. That is going to be a great matchup between those two heavyweights. The rivalry dating back for a number of years, a number of classic matchups over the last decade. That'll be the Eagles' next home matchup, and the last one they'll have before the Christmas break. Hoylin doing a nice job to box out his man and then keeping his feet to keep it alive for Northwestern. Kamink spinning, finds himself wide open for the finish. How many times has he spun today? It's been a good number, at least 4, 5, maybe 6 times so far would be my guess. He is leading the way with 26 now on the afternoon for Northwestern, as this one feels like it's really slipping away from the SaberCats to have any chance. The lead as large as it's been in some time, now at 19. Mayhack off the mark. Davis on the follow. If you got them, may as well use them. Can't take them home with you. SaberCats burning another timeout. They'll have 2 left still, should they choose to use them in the waning moments of this one. You'd have to think in the timeout right now they are setting up some full court pressure. Every team has a press that they can go to if they choose to do so. Working on it in practice. This is the moment where you throw the cliched kitchen sink at the opposition. Everything you got right now, if you want to make a push, you got to put all the chips into the middle of the table right now to try to turn over Northwestern. At the very least, make them uncomfortable trying to get into their offensive set, but you just want to extend the game as long as possible, get extra looks offensively when you're down by this margin this late into a contest. So if they're going to show a press, it's got to be now or never for Coach Borchart's club out of this timeout. Eagles have turned it over just 5 times so far today. They got multiple ball handlers on the floor to try to get this thing across the timeline. If they do throw it into a corner, though, the question is, does MBU throw a trap at them to try to come up with a steal? Out of the timeout for them, it'll be Cooper, Mayhack, Sanders, Davis, and Rodriguez. So no Moultrie on the floor at the moment. Maybe a little defense for offense, if you will, with him still on the bench. The leading scorer so far today for the SaberCats. Borma the trigger. SaberCats showing some pressure as expected. There is that trap, trying to get it. Waldeck got rid of it quickly, though. Alm able to get it across the timeline with plenty of time to spare. Dribble handoffs left and right. Eagles content to take some time off the clock. Now got to go, though, down to 6. Waldeck working by 1. Finger roll! Everything but the finish. SaberCats getting the stop. A lot of time came off the clock, though. Got to have a sense of urgency on this end. Davis thought about it. Waldeck all over him, though. Leaning in, up, under, everything but the finish for Rodriguez. Playing ahead, K-Mink with the offhand, no problem off the good feed from Borma. Sprinting forward, the senior. Speaking of senior, Alm with the steal in the finish. He's up to 16. K-Mink with 28. Those two yet again carrying the load offensively for Northwestern. Borma now has to inbound it from near the corner. No trouble for Northwestern, though. Waldeck dancing across the timeline. K-Mink trying to get downhill. Alm getting a ball screen. Taking advantage as they were going to go under. Moultrie as the trailer, letting it fly as you'd expect. Waldeck can't keep it in play. Full timeout from Maranatha Baptist. I said it before, I'll say it again. You use them or you lose them. Can't take them with you. Trying to extend this game as long as possible. They will next be in action. If I can pull up their schedule here. Eagles again will next be in action Friday on the road. The UMAC opener really begins to get real after this contest. Turning the dial as conference play opens up out west in St. Bonifacius Friday night. 7:15 start at Crown College, all depending on how long the women's contest takes. Coach Cole's club also has their UMAC opener on the road at Crown, a 5:30 start, I believe that would be, for the Eagles in St. Bonnie. It is indeed a 5:30 start on Friday night. You know the WAC is going to be rocking at Crown. Hostile road environment. How do the Eagles respond to that to open up their conference slate? Should be a fun pair of contests Friday night, and then both clubs on the road at Minnesota Morris on Saturday. And then the Eagles back home here inside the friendly confines. As I mentioned, the matchup with St. Scholastica, December the 15th. That is a Wednesday night, 7 o'clock start in what's expected to be another thriller, barn burner. Maybe I'm hyping it up too much, but it's lived up to the hype for the most part between those two clubs over the last decade. Sanders spinning on Waldeck. Everything but the finish. Waldeck hounded by Sanders, able to get it across the timeline. Masick working by one, setting up Hoyleen, didn't want to take the triple. Now setting up Ulm. A corner, pocket splash. 19 on the day for the senior, the leading scorer for Northwestern so far this season. 3 of 8 from downtown on the afternoon. Woodward answering right back. And there's the final timeout called by Maranatha Baptist, and he's letting the official know it's just to get some subs into the game. Not an official timeout, if you will. Getting some new players an opportunity to get some action in this last 93 ticks of the contest. Posernich, Vincent, Waldeck, Masick, and Hoyleen. Now the 5 on for Northwestern. Posernich going baseline. All the way to the tin for the finish. A floater high off the window, not falling for Murtis. Under a minute to go. Posernich not hesitating. His second triple on the contest. And the Eagles go over 80, and that is why the crowd erupts. Because with that make from Posernich, everyone in attendance today gets a free Chick-fil-A sandwich with the partnership that Northwestern has with Chick-fil-A Roseville. Everyone will go home happy because the Eagles got to 80 points. Murtis into the lane, able to finish. Posernich again. If they're going to let him do it, why not? Shaking his head, going the other way. He's into double figures off the bench, having some fun this afternoon. 3 of 3 from downtown, 13 points in all for the sophomore out of Cromwell. Masick securing, and that'll do it. For the action this afternoon inside the Erickson Center, both Eagles squads picking up victories. An uneven performance at times for Northwestern. All that matters, though, is they come up with the victory in convincing fashion at the end of the day. Now improving them on the season to 4-3 as the SaberCats drop to 0-9. Again, the Eagles next in action. Conference opener on the road in St. Bonifacius to take on Crown College Friday night Then they'll take on Minnesota Morris a week from today on the road in Morris. And then a week from Wednesday, I'll say it one more time, Eagles, Saints meet once again on the hardwood. A 7 o'clock start to renew that rivalry. The Saints now a member of the MIAC, but the two clubs still very familiar with each other. Looking forward to that one. That'll be the next broadcast we'll have for you here on the Eagle Sports Network. A nice moment between the two squads praying this one out at center court. That will do it for us on the Eagle Sports Network. Shout out to all the great work behind the scenes. Caitlin, Molly, Gracia, Kendra, scores table help as well. Everyone making the train move along this afternoon. Appreciate the hard work. Eagles picking up a pair of victories. Hope you enjoyed the action this afternoon. Thank you for your patience with the technical issues that we had. And we hope